The stars are right, and that means it's time for another episode of The Whisperer in Darkness. I'm your host, the Manfromleng. Thank you very much for joining me today. Welcome to the stream, everyone. I'm back after last Friday's chaos of Lola Hayes. I haven't had a chance to play Chaos Lola since then, but I have been playing Winifred. I've been trying to get her through the secret name. Boy, is that scenario rogue unfriendly. Trying a few different builds to see if I can't get her through it. So far, the best game was actually the first game, where I got to, I believe I got to Act 2A, and then all of the treacheries hit, and my threat area got loaded up, and I just couldn't get out from underneath it. So I've rebuilt, changed the deck around a little bit to see if I can't do a little bit better. Second game so far, I ended up pulling an auto fail token on the rat room, and then things just went south from there. So play a few more, see if we can't get her through it. But yeah, it's pretty tough once all those once the slew of treacheries ends up in your threat area. Hi David, welcome to the stream. Glad you could make it. Hi Byzantium. I also played my first game of Marvel Champions on the weekend, and I played one game just to sort of get wrap my head around the rules, and then I played another game, and I may have won that game. I'm not entirely sure. I probably made a rules mistake at some point, but yeah, it was okay. Not sure if I'm going to buy into it or not, but yeah, it was all right. It is an interesting mix of Arkham Horror and Lord of the Rings, so mechanically anyway. But we are not here to play Marvel Champions today. We are here to hi Tim, hope you're doing well down there. Hope that you are staying safe. We are here today to finish off our campaign through the Return to Dunwich. We are finishing off our campaign with Ashcan Pete. Hello, everyone. Glad you could make it today. After the sort of semi-debacle that was Where Doom Awaits, we did manage to finish that scenario with a victory after several viewers pointed out that I did, in fact, pass a skill test that I thought I had failed. Well, that's great, Tim. Glad that you're able to get an Arkham day in. We were, yeah, if you're working at a hospital, especially in this day and age, kudos to you for doing that. That's important work, especially in this day and age where we've got this virus to get out from underneath. Hi, Tribulation Solo. Welcome to the stream. So yes, we are finishing off Return to the Dunwich Legacy with Return to Lost in Time and Space. Now, I was trying to remember the last time I have played Lost in Time and Space, and it is a long time, not a scenario that I have played that often. I believe way back when the scenario came out, I played Ashcan Pete against it, and I did do okay. So this will be interesting. I know there are some big changes in the scenario. Yogg-Sothoth starts out on the table, I believe, and then rather than get dumped back at another dimension, you get dumped into Yogg-Sothoth's location. So that will be, yeah, not looking forward to that. But we'll deal with that if and when it happens. Hi, Juicy. Welcome to the stream. Before we get started, I'd like to say a quick thank you to the patrons of the channel for their tremendous support, as well as Coleman Rochitty for his amazing art that graces the splash screen. These people have gone above and beyond to bring you the content that I do, and I am very appreciative of their support. And I hope to continue bringing them content for many, many years to come. So I've been also busy working on finishing up my reviews of A Thousand Shapes of Horror. I realized as I was doing it that each of my reviews seems to be a 3,500 word essay by the end. So they do take time to put together, but since we do have a break in products coming out, we should be able to catch up before the next deluxe expansion comes out sometime this fall. So 1,000 Shapes of Horror should be out. The video should be posted next week, and then we'll get started on Dark Side of the Moon. I've already written some of the reviews for that, as well as Point of No Return, so hopefully they'll be able to come out a little bit quicker. Here is the deck that we are playing. It is Ashcan Pete. It's based on Put the Dog in the Corner by Arkham Horror. We haven't made that many changes to the deck over the time. I know I earned some experience points last scenario. I think it was 3 or 4, but I haven't upgraded the deck. I'm really happy with how it's working and just didn't feel the need to really change anything. I could have swapped in a couple of cards. There were a couple of cards I was considering, but I think we'll just we'll stick with this and see if we can't finish off the campaign with it in fine style. I believe we are set up and ready to go in Octagon if everything is going to work properly. Hi, Mr. Thorne. Welcome to the stream. Glad you could make it. Let's see if we can't get this to work properly. There we go. Whoa. What's going on there? What is going on there? That is, that's not right. Let's resize this window. Yeah, I don't know why it does this sometimes. Hi, Umut. Welcome to the stream. From Turkey. Awesome. I have not been to Turkey. I have been to Syria, though, way back in the May of 1990. So what is that? Almost 30 years ago. Next month, I was in Syria. Obviously, it's a much different place today. No, Tim, there's XP in the deck. I just haven't updated the deck list, that's all. So I'm not that crazy. Yeah, we've got a Charisma, we've got a Scrapper. We're in good shape. So we have some changes. We have Ashcan here at another dimension. But we also have this new location, Realms Beyond, all in one. It's a 9-shroud location with 0 clues. Yog-Sothoth is immune to player card effects and cannot take damage and cannot leave Realms Beyond. And as an additional cost to leave Realms Beyond, you have to pass a Willpower or Agility 3 skill test, and if you fail, cancel the effects of the move. And when a forced effect would move an investigator or enemy to another dimension, move them here instead. Cannot be cancelled. So when locations disappear, we are going to end up back here with good old Yog-Sothoth here. He is a 4/4, but he hits for a 1 damage and 5 sanity. He's got 10 health. And yeah, we don't want to have to deal with him. The good thing is that he cannot, while he cannot be evaded, he cannot make attacks of opportunity either. So if you need to move, when we do move out of Realms Beyond, we will not take 1 damage and 5 sanity loss. You can discard cards from the top of your deck to prevent going insane, but if you run out of cards, you die. So Juicy says, we played the original Lost in Time and Space yesterday with my work buddies, 4-player, and 1 investigator managed to get through for us to win the campaign. The other 3 were not so fortunate. Yeah, that I can definitely see that happening in this scenario where everybody gets spread out and you have one particular location that you need to get to, and if you don't get there, then you're not getting out. Hi, Jan. Welcome to the stream. So I think we're ready to, there are also a couple of different act choices The one, if the ritual was completed, replace Act 2A into the Beyond with a new Act 2A into the Beyond. I don't believe the ritual was completed. I can't remember. Where does that happen? I don't remember where, if the ritual... I don't think the ritual was completed, since I think we did okay in that respect. But I realized I did not have the replacement agenda 3A breaking through V2, but I managed to create a card that will work for that. Doesn't have art on it, but that's fine. And we put the Realms Beyond in, so we've done all that. I think we are ready to kick this thing off. Let's shuffle up our deck. I think it happens in Blood on the Altar. Yeah, that would make sense. No, we did fine in Blood on the Altar. So I think the important things here to remember is that we did not save the students. I'm fairly certain we did not save the students, which has repercussions. Yeah, you can. Yeah, I think this is maybe the first time I've had Yogg on the table, so it will be. This will be interesting. So let's draw our opening hand and see how we do. We get an Wow, what a great hand! Magnifying Glass, Arcane Studies, Madame Labranche, Resourceful, and Lucky. We can throw those two, and we get an Overpower and a Test of Will. So, pretty nice hand. The Test of Will is very nice. Exile is not much of a factor at this point. We just lose the card out of our deck, but we don't have to rebuy it. So, only card that could be better is the Overpower. So, otherwise, pretty nice starting hand. So we can get the Magnifying Glass and Labranche down, and then we can get the Arcane Studies down shortly after that. Let's kick this thing off. Let's see if we can't. Now I have to remember how we get the low. So after you are moved to a location by an encounter effect, take one horror. And as an action, we discard the top 3 cards of the encounter deck and choose a location discovered by this effect and resolve its revelation ability. So yeah, this is sort of like, I guess if this had been made a couple years later, this would have been the exploration deck. This would have been an exploration deck mechanic, but instead all the locations are shuffled into the encounter deck. So we will have to take an action to move 2 locations. So let us use our first, we'll use our free triggered ability to get our Magnifying Glass into play. I think we'll use our first action to put Madame Labranche into play for 2 resources. Madame can get us a free resource, so we'll take that. So we have Test of Will online. And I guess we will, well, there's no point staying here, so let's use the action on Out of This World. Hi Kenyon, welcome to the stream. We will discard the top 3 cards of the encounter deck and choose a location and move and trigger its revelation ability. What campaign, David asks, what campaign are you thinking of running after this? We discussed this, was it after the Where Doom Awaits? I think the consensus was that we wanted to play The Circle Undone, perhaps with Mandy and Tommy, since those are the 2 investigators from the Dream Eaters that I have not played yet. So I think that's what we're going to do. I need to do a little bit of research to see what kind of decks they have, but that shouldn't be a problem. So we discard a Collapsing Reality, another Collapsing Reality, and a Tear Through Space. So we throw that up there. Now I can move to this, can't I? Yes, I can. Put Terror Through Space into play. At the end of the round, either place one Doom on Terror Through Space or discard it. Okay, so we were at Terror Through Space, and it has one clue. So if we either put a Doom on it or it's going to be discarded, which would dump us back at... yeah, Mr. Thorne. For the greater good is a... yeah, I think for the greater good is one of... is a good scenario. The after playing... I think it's one of the more straightforward scenarios after some of those... some of them in there. And by straightforward, I mean probably a little easier than some of them. But that's just me after playing a rogue through a secret name a couple times. It's pretty tough. So we're going to lose this location unless we put a Doom on it, which I don't really fancy. So I think we'll investigate. Let's get Duke in there. We're going 5 versus 1. 5v1. Chaos Bag says a skull. That's a -1 for each extra dimensional location in play. I assume this is... oh, it's not extra dimensional. There's only one. Okay, so we pass that easily enough. Yeah, I think I have only played... no, I used the fast ability to play Magnifying Glass. My first action was to play Labranche, and then I think it's spawn a location and resolve its Revelation ability, which is to move to that. Oh, it isn't move. It's not a... I'm thinking explore. Okay, so we that would be our third action. Play Labranche, grab location, move to location with Duke. And that would that gets us the clue. Okay, so we're... yeah, it's not quite the explore mechanic. All right, we've done everything correctly. All right. Okay, so we're going to probably add a Doom on this at the end of the round because I don't really feel like being shot back into Yogg-Sothoth's realm that quickly. And we get our weakness. First draw of the game, we get our weakness. And yeah, so that's swell. So we'll add a Doom to it. So we're going to have to somehow get rid of this. Well, get rid of this Racked by Nightmares probably next turn. Although... yeah, that's tough because... I mean, maybe what we do is move back... oh, we can't move back, so that's a problem. We can only go forward. So if we were to... yeah, this could be tricky. We need to decide whether we're going to get rid of our weakness or move, and I think moving might be a better... we may need to move. Throwing 2 Doom would put us on 4 pretty quickly. So we add a Doom during the Mythos phase. There is 2 of 4 Doom. And our first encounter card of the game is going to be a Beyond the Veil. Well, look at that. Now, we could cancel that. Is that worth a cancel? We do have a deny existence in our deck that could deal with that if it comes to that. I feel like there's going to be worse things. It isn't killing us now, and I feel like there's probably worse cards in the deck. So that's just going to surge into Eldritch Accord. Peril. You may draw one card. You may choose and discard up to 2 cards from your hand. Test X. If you fail, take 2 horror. X is equal to the number of cards in your hand when this test begins. Yeah, that's what I suspect him as, that there are cards that will dump us back into the realms beyond, and that's what I want to cancel. So we're gonna have to, we can draw a card, but then we have to discard a couple cards. I can discard the Overpower, so I would be going 4v2. Let's discard the Overpower. We'll go 4v2. Chaos Bag says Elder Sign. That would be swell if my weakness didn't prevent my Duke from readying. So no harm done by Eldritch Accord. Now, so if I add a Doom, we would go... Yeah, I think I want to move out of here and then... So let's use our first action to find a location. We find the Endless Bridge. That will work. Revelation, put Endless Bridge into play and lose 2 resources. Well, that's simple enough. It has 2 clues on it. It's a 4-shroud location. Forced after an investigator leaves Endless Bridge, either place 1 Doom on Endless Bridge or discard it. So we can stay here this turn. And then... no, we can't. Because there'll be 2 Doom on this. So we have to move this turn. So we can get rid of this tear through space. And we don't have resources. So it's either draw a card or gain a resource. Because we can't get rid of our weakness quite yet. Let's take a resource. And that will do it. So we draw another weakness. So we've drawn in in our first 2 turns, we've drawn 2 weaknesses. So I discard the top 3 cards of our deck. There's a Leather Coat, a Lucky, and a Last Chance. So no help there. End of the round, the tear through space is gone. So that removes a doom off the table. And then we will go to the next Mythos phase. 2 of 4 doom. Our encounter card is going to be a conglomeration of spheres. Oh dear. Alright, so that enters play with us. That is a problem, because all my assets are still... All my assets are still... I should have used LaBranche. I can still use. I'm not going to exhaust her, because I can still use her. I need to remember that. Okay, that's a problem. So he's not too... At least we're set up. If I wish Duke was ready. I don't think we can kill this guy this round, though. Hi Ben, welcome to the stream. We are playing Return to Lost in Time and Space. We are on turn 3. We've drawn 2 weaknesses already, and now we have a conglomeration of spheres to worry about. I don't think I have much choice. I think I have to take 2 actions to get rid of it. Then we'll discard the Arcane Studies to ready Duke. Hi Robert, welcome to the stream. Glad you could make it. Hope things are well in your part of the world. So we'll need to attack this thing 3 times. Duke will attack. We are going 4v1. We're only going to attack once this turn, right? Yes, because we only have 1 action. We're going 4v1, raining again. We will pitch 2 resources to it, and Madame Lebranche will give us 1. So we can go 6v1. That takes the -5 out of the bag. And we get a -1. So we do 2 damage to this thing, but it's going to take us another turn to deal with it, which is a problem. Alright, enemy phase, we get attacked for another damage and a horror. I guess I will take that this time. So it's raining again. It's raining here today too, Robert. So I'm glad I don't have to be in it. I can sit down here in my little man cave and play Arkham Horror LCG with you guys, which is way better than being in the rain. Alright, so we took 2 damage, or a damage and a horror, sorry. We get an overpower. Well, that will be useful. Mythos phase, there are 3 of 4 doom, and our encounter card is going to be another Endless Bridge. So we put the Endless Bridge into play and we lose another 2 resources. Alright. So this would be an ideal time to leave the Endless Bridge because we put a doom on it during the witching hour, but we're not going to be able to do that, unfortunately. We need this clue. We need one of these clues here so we can... First action, Madame Lebranche will give us a resource. We can exhaust her. Oh, she is exhausted. I do have to exhaust her, so I couldn't have gained that resource. Ah, that's fine. All right, let's commit the overpower. So we're going 4. Do we commit the overpower? 4, 5, 6v1? Yeah, 6v1. Chaos Bag says tablet. That's a -3, and if Yogg-Sothoth is in play, it attacks you after this skill test? Are you freaking kidding me? So he can only attack me if I'm at his location, correct? He can't just attack me from anywhere. Or does he just attack me from anywhere? Well, I passed the skill test. That's something. No, it attacks you from any location. Wow. Well, let's draw a card. We get a resourceful. So it's going to kill us. If we don't discard a bunch of cards. So we can prevent 2 horror. Oh, discard the top cards of our deck, not our hand. Okay, you may discard top X cards of your deck. Then if you have no cards in your deck, you're driven insane. Okay. So we have to discard. We have a choice here to discard some cards. How much horror could we take? 1? 1 or 2, which would be 3 cards. Let's take 2. We can put those 2 on Duke this time. So Duke will take the horror. I did succeed, Juicy, but it says if Yogg-Sothoth is in play, it attacks you after this skill test. It doesn't matter if you succeed or not. If you draw a tablet, he attacks, regardless. Yeah, I really need to... Well, I think if I discard my Deny Existence, I'm pretty much hooped, but there's only so much horror I can take. 2... Well, let's take 3. And then we can discard 2 for Yogg-Sothoth. And we need to take 1 damage. Duke will take that. So we're discarding 2 cards. There's Madame Lebranche and Earl Sawyer. So the good news is that we hit the... we did hit the conglomeration of spheres. The bad news is that we took 3 horror and 1 damage anyway. Second attack. Let's pitch the Resourceful to ready Duke and attack. So that will be another 4v1. we'll just stay at 4v1, I think. And the chaos bag gives us a 0. So we kill the conglomeration. And we have 1 action remaining, which I cannot... Thanks for dropping by, David. Hopefully hopefully we'll be able to pull this out of the fire, but that's a rough start so far. I cannot investigate this location, so I'm going to take a resource and call it a turn. So no enemies to worry about. We draw track shoes. Our track shoe is going to be useful here. +1 agility is useful for sure. Again, if we get when we get dumped into here. Now track shoes actually, if we get dumped into the realms beyond, we would move there. Then we could track shoes. So after you move, but before enemies engage you, exhaust track shoes to move. But then we'd still have to make the test on realms beyond. Hi Darren, welcome to the stream. Glad you could make it. I am good so far. I am good. I'm not sure if Ashcan is good. Ashcan is in a bit of trouble here. 4 of 4 Doom. Let's we are advancing. So we advance to Familiar Echoes, shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck, then discard cards from the top until a location is discarded. The lead investigator resolves that location's revelation effect. So we killed the conglomeration, but now we oh, there's the realms beyond. All right. So we get a tear through time, revelation effect. It just gets put into play. What else happens? Check the campaign log. If we fail to save the students, each investigator takes 1 horror regardless of their location. So we're taking a horror. Whoops. All right. So we take a horror, and that's the end of that. Agenda 2A, past, present, and future. Oh, I do have breaking through too. Okay. Some reason I thought it was in the act deck. I think I've got it in here. Let's just delete that card. Put these back. All right. So we have advanced to Agenda 3A. What happened to 2A? Okay, get back here. Okay, Agenda 2A, past, present, and future. Again, 4 Doom threshold, and after you are moved to a location by an encounter effect, take 1 horror. We're probably just going to horror out at this in this game, I think, because we're already pushing maximum capacity here. We have to draw an encounter card. which is going to be collapsing reality. If you are at an extra dimensional location, discard it and take 1 damage. Otherwise, take 2 damage. Hi, Pizda. Welcome to the stream. So that would dump us. I'm going to cancel that with a test of will. So we are not going to move. That will be that. Not going to do that. All right. Let's see if we can't get this back on the rails. I think I did have 3 resources to play my track shoes, but now I do not. I think I'm going to gain a resource, play my track shoes. Branche will get us a card. No, we need to save cards. We need to save cards badly. Gained a resource, played track shoes, and now we will investigate 5v4. That's not great, but we get a skull. That's going to be like a -4 or something like that. 1 for each extra dimensional. It's only -3, but we still fail. No enemies. We draw a take heart in the upkeep. 1 of 4 doom. Our encounter card is going to be Indecipherable Stairs. Put Indecipherable Stairs into play and discard the top 3 cards of your deck. Great. Cherished Keepsake. That would have been nice. Arcane Studies and Winging It. Forced. After you leave Indecipherable Stairs, you must either take 2 horror or discard Indecipherable Stairs. Hey, Matt. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Glad you could make it. These stairs are totally indecipherable. I cannot decipher them for the life of me. Duke just looks at them and scratches his head. Yeah, your scenario's roughing me up, man. So we have the stairs. We need to get a clue so we can advance. Thanks, Matt. I'm going to need it. I'm really hoping that I draw the Deny Existence in my deck before it gets discarded and I die to Beyond the Veil. So let us exhaust Duke. And we're going to go 5v4. Chaos Bag says +1. Haha. See, Matt's here, and so my my luck improves. So we do grab a clue. Now we can advance if we want. Let's do that. So we will advance the act, and we end up... Put the side-to-side Edge of the Universe location into play. The Edge of the Universe has appeared. I can see it just beyond the Indecipherable Stairs. I have to have 2 clues to get to the Edge of the Universe, and it is connected to the plus sign and the squiggly sign, which the Endless Bridge is connected to. So we can get there from here. We can also get to it from this stairs. But we need another clue. I really wish I had my arcane studies to help me out here. All right, let's see. So once we get to the edge of the universe, we can advance. Is there an easier place to get these clues? There doesn't seem to be. Endless Bridge is the best we can do. So let's pitch the Take Heart to Ready Duke. And we will try again. Yeah, I can enter from the Endless Bridge. It's just I need the 2 clues, so I can go. If I can get a clue here and at the other Endless Bridge, then we can do it. Chaos Bag says -3, so that's not gonna help. Hi Joe, welcome to the stream. Glad you could make it. So we have 1 action left. As much as I need cards, I need... let's draw a card. I think there's only 1 weakness left in my deck. We get a Live and Learn. Okay, that will help us with an Investigate at least. And we get a Fight or Flight, which will not... Endless Bridge doesn't connect to the edge of the universe? Oh no, you're right, it doesn't. I'm looking at the wrong symbols. Okay, so we'll need to find a location that will do it. We will need to find a different location. We need the crescent symbol for sure. Yeah, I'm looking at the wrong symbols. So we got to Live and Learn and a Fight or Flight to work with. 2 of 4 Doom. Our encounter card is going to be another Collapsing Reality. Well, we had 1 Collapsing Reality the last turn, and we were able to cancel it, but we were not able to cancel it this time. So if you are at an extra dimensional location, discard it and take a damage. Otherwise, take 2 damage. So this location goes away. We take a damage. We get shot back to we move to the realms beyond. Now, we could exhaust the track shoes to make a move now. We'd be 4v... We just need to test 4. We need to test 4. Oh, right, the horror because of the movement. Who can do that for me? I guess we're losing LaBranche. Yeah, let's think they would be different sources, so she'll just die. So is the track shoes worth it now? We have to pass 2 tests to get out of here. So we might as well exhaust the track shoes. We go 4v3. And we draw -3, so we don't get the move off the track shoes. We get stuck here with Yog-Sothoth. Let's use our Fight or Flight. to go... We'll play our fight or flight, so we need to move away. So we're going to try to move, but we need to get, we're 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 V3. So we successfully move away from our buddy Yogg-Sothoth. So now we need a clue. The Endless Bridge is tough. And I think this tear through space, I would have discarded that because there should have been a doom on it. I would have discarded that. Okay. So these are the locations I have to work with. I need that. So I can go to the indecipherable stairs. Which would be an easier test for us. So let's do that. Let's duke into the indecipherable stairs. It should have a clue. This should have 2 clues. So we duke into the indecipherable stairs. We are going 5v3. Chaos Bag says -1. So we get a clue. All right. And we can take an action to search the deck or discard. Let's do that. So 1, 2, 3. No dice. No locations. So we've got 1 clue. We need 1 more, and then we can go to the edge of the universe. No enemies to worry about. We draw Dr. Francis Morgan. Well, yeah, 4 health is great, but I need sanity more than anything. But all right, we go to the next Mythos phase. 3 of 4 Doom in play, and we are going to draw an encounter card, which is going to be another Tear Through Time, which surges into a Visions of Futures Past. Ouch. So test 5v4, and for each point I fail by, discard a card. We are going 4v5. Chaos Bag says -5. Oh dear. So right now I'm discarding 5 cards from my deck. And Live and Learn doesn't help me at all, because that just... Yeah, Matt. Your Live and Learn card doesn't help me in this situation, because I still have to resolve the visions, so I lose 5 cards. Glimmer, Last Chance, Magnifying Glass, there goes the Deny Existence, and my Amnesia. So I lost Amnesia, but I lost the card that's going to keep me alive. So I've got 9 cards left before I just die straight out from Beyond the Veil. Let's get Dr. Francis Morgan on the table. Yeah, I could lose the game. I could lose the game in 1 turn if I played that. No, not quite. I'd have to fail twice, and I'd still have 4 cards. So We will play Dr. Francis Morgan. We will go hunting for a location. Prismatic Cascade does not help us. That does not help us, and that does not help us. We will take one more action to go looking for locations. There is a tear through time. Oh, I get to pick, right? 3? Yeah, I get to choose 3. 2 and 3. No, it's the tear through time. All right, so we've got 2 tear through times, neither of which I can get to. Actually, yeah, I can get to them. Oh, yeah. Wow. You failed 3 evades in a row against the Harbinger with Winnie? Juicy? Wow, that's bad luck. Yeah, I can move to the tear through time from this location. So, and it's a one shroud location, so that's pretty good. We can actually add Doom to them to keep them around too, since the Doom is going to go away. So we'll do that. We get our other fight and flight. We will add Doom to both of these since it's just going to go away anyway. And we advance. All right, so the price of failure. If at least one name is recorded under sacrifice to Yogg-Sothoth, yes. Each investigator tests willpower X, where X is the number of names recorded under sacrifice to Yogg-Sothoth. For each point an investigator fails by, an investigator takes 1 damage. So we had 2... yes. Yeah, if we can grab a clue and then move to the Endless Bridge. I believe the Endless Bridge is one of the key locations, if I remember. It's been a long time since I've played this scenario. So we need to pass a 4v2 willpower test or take a damage. Chaos Bag throws another -5 at us. Francis Morgan will take that damage for us. And we flip. We do that. Okay, breaking through version 2. I assume this is when Yogg-Sothoth yeah, Matt, I was playing Winnie against a secret name, and she got to Act 2A, and then I ended up with 2 copies of Bedeviled, the Movement one, Pulled by the Stars, Aract. I was hoping a witch would come out sooner to get rid of some of them, but no such luck. Okay. So we're going to Duke in. We haven't drawn an encounter card yet. We need to do that before we get carried away. Encounter card. Oh, we get a Vassal of the Lurker. Great. Hunter, at the end of the enemy phase, each investigator at vassal of the lurker's location discards one card from the top of the deck. So I can either kill the vassal, which doesn't do me much good. But if I leave the stairs, the vassal will get fired back over here to realms beyond. I've only got the one fight or flight left, which I feel would be very important. Let's play only do your turn, though, so I can't use that to... I don't really want to waste time killing this thing. If I can evade it and then Duke in and then move. Let's evade. We're going 4v2. Chaos Bag says Elder Sign. So a little bit of hope there, +2. So we do evade this thing. Let's Duke into the Terror Through Time. So we're going 5v1. Chaos Bag gives us a -2. So we grab our second clue. Now, when we move from here, we have to either take 2 horror or discard the stairs. So we'll discard the stairs. We'll throw the vassal over here with his friend, Yogg-Sothoth. And we grab that clue, and then we can move away to the Endless Bridge. So we are at the Endless Bridge. This is gone. Just reorganize my line of locations. So this guy is still exhausted and will give chase. But that's going to be it. We draw our second Test of Will. We will discard both of these locations. So we have at least 2 clues. What is the magic number in this one? Which act do I need to get to like win but die? Is it 3? I forget. Because I think you can still get a good result even though your investigator doesn't make it out. So Duke and Ashcan would be lost in space. Let's upkeep. We can go Mythos. So 1 of 6 Doom. And our encounter card is going to be the Yithian Starseeker. He spawns in another dimension. I haven't seen this guy before. Is he new? No. Oh, I guess I just haven't... 3. 3 is the magic number. Okay. Well, we've got 2 clues, so we just need to find the... we just need to find the location that will get us there. Okay, so we've got a Yithian Starseeker. He spawns at another dimension but doesn't do very much there except be mean when we get there. So let us spend an action to discard 3 cards. We get, what is that? Wormhole. We get another conglomeration of spheres, and we get the dimensional doorway. Hey, that's what we need. Welcome, dimensional doorway. That is what we want. Put dimensional doorway into play, then draw the topmost hex card in the encounter discard pile. What is the topmost hex card? It is a Baleful Welcome. What does this thing do? Choose 2 of the following actions: investigate, fight, evade, move, or play. For the remainder of the round, each investigator cannot perform each of those chosen actions. If this is not the first copy of Baleful Welcome drawn this phase, choose 3 of those actions instead. Okay, so I have to choose 2. I will choose fight and play. So we cannot fight and we cannot play for the remainder of the round. Play and evade? But what if I get dumped into this mess over here, Juicy, with Realms Beyond? I need to be able to evade. Or am I just hoping my shoes save me? I can't remember what happens here if the... where's the third? Yeah, fight and play is what I would pick. So we're fighting, and we can't fight or play this turn. At the end of your turn, if you were at the dimensional doorway, you must either spend 2 resources or shuffle it back into the encounter deck. If we are at it, right? I am going to put... So after an investigator leaves the Endless Bridge, either place 1 doom on Endless Bridge or discard it. I'm going to leave the Endless Bridge there. We will move to the dimensional doorway. I can't remember. Is it worth duking into the edge of the universe? I feel like there's a clue there. Need to check something here. I seem to be missing cards in this deck for some reason. I'll figure it out. If you've got the clues, just go. Yeah, that's okay. Act 3 is close the rift. Okay. Okay. So that goes there. Okay. So we will go there. Second action, we move to the edge of the universe. 2 shroud location with 2 clues. Investigators at the edge of the universe cannot draw cards during upkeep. Okay. We move. So if the investigators enter the edge of the universe, we advance. Okay. We advance to Act 3B. Oh, so I should have duked in. Yeah, I did. So I have 3A. Only investigators at the edge of the universe may spend the requisite number of clues as a group to advance. So I need one more clue. Which I guess I can get next turn. Because that's going to dump me... Once I advance this, it dumps me into Realms Beyond again. So I want to be able to get out of there. During the enemy phase, the vassal of the lurker moves to another dimension. During my turn, I draw resourceful. So this is gone. And we go to Mythos. 3 of 6 Doom. Our encounter card is another Eldritch Accord. I may draw a card, then you may choose and discard up to 2 cards from your hand, test Willpower X, or take 2 horror. I cannot take 2 horror. All right. You can't draw. I can't draw cards here, can I? Okay, so this goes back. No, you're right, Juicy. It's draw cards. You cannot draw cards during the upkeep phase, so the resourceful goes back on the deck. Do I cancel this? I can't take 2 horror. I'm going to cancel this. I don't want to risk it. All right, let's Duke to play. We are going 5v2 for a clue. Chaos Bag says -4. I'm going to commit the live and learn. So we're going to go 7v4, 7v2, sorry. We'll try again. Chaos Bag gives us a skull, which is a minus 1, 2. Oh, it's only a -2. All right, so we grab a clue at the edge of the universe. So I can advance now. I've got 3 clues. Which will dump me back with Yogg-Sothoth. I think I wait. I wait a turn to let this guy come after me. Because then I can use my fight or flight for a super turn and, like, run for it. I'm just going to draw a card. Or draw, sorry, not a card. Gain 2 resources. During the enemy phase, the hunter will hunt. We draw resourceful. During the mythos phase, we've got 4 of 6 doom, and we draw a prismatic cascade. We put that into play and discard a random card from our hand, which would be bad. Yep, we lose the fight or flight, of course. Okay. All right, I still don't get the resourceful. I want to draw it, though. I want to draw cards. I want to draw. All right. Well, we didn't draw it anyway. So we lose the fight or flight. So I guess we make a run for it here. So we can advance. So we'll spend 3 clues. All right, remove the edge of the universe from the game. Put the set-aside tear through time location into play. What did I do with that location? Is it still here? Yes, it is. Okay, so this that vanishes. I take a horror because I'm moving. I get dropped back. Yes! Victory! I knew Ashcan could do it. Now we just need to get out. See if we can get him out alive. So we remove edge from the game, put the set-aside tear through time into play. Good. We move. We took a horror. So we just need to resign. And to resign, we need to move to the... I have saved Earth. That's right. Ashcan did it. I have to say I'm very happy with this deck. The way that it has performed. The only hiccups it had was in Miskatonic Museum and Essex County Express, and neither of those set us back particularly badly. Once we hit Blood on the Altar, we played, Test of Will was huge in that game. That saved us. Undimensioned, we killed one of those massive broods, but that didn't hurt us too badly. We made it through Where Doom Awaits, and now here we are. Silas. Do you mean Seth? Alright, so we have to move away from here. No, I haven't been told to spawn him. I think that might be with one of the other... If the ritual is completed, you use a different... If the ritual was completed, replace Act 2A Into the Beyond with the new Act 2A Into the Beyond 2. but the ritual wasn't completed. So maybe that's where he spawns from. Anyway, we've got to get ourselves out of this mess. I'm not too sure how we do this, though. We need to, if we move... We've got to move... track shoes... evade... Okay, let's see. So we need to move first. We need to go... We need to go... we are 4v3. Let's go 5v3 to move away. We get a -2. Yeah. Well, we all know the star of the show is Duke. He's like Laika. Duke is like Laika, the cosmonaut. He's up in space doing good work. Everybody assumes Laika died, but you know, Laika probably stopped Yog-Sothoth from consuming the planet back in the 60s, so we all know that dogs are the only reason we're still here. So we successfully move away from Yog-Sothoth. We will exhaust the track shoes to try to sneak past the Yithian Star Seeker. So we are going to go... Again, we are 4v3, 5v3, 6v3... Seven v3, 8v3, 8v3. Chaos Bag gives us the -5. See, that's why I spent those resources. Holy cow. So we pass the track shoes with a -5. We end up here with our friend, the vassal of the Lurker again. So we need to evade this guy. So we're going to have to discard the top card of our deck if he's with us. So we are going 4v2. Chaos Bag says 0, so he is evaded. End of the turn. End of the enemy phase, we have to discard the top card of our deck. We lose a resourceful. There's the resourceful. And so we're back. We draw lucky. So we need to go 3, 4... so we can go 1, 2. We can get to a Tear Through Time with some luck this turn. Yeah, at least I get to draw a card. That's nice. Mythos phase, we are 4, 5. 5. There's no other tricksy things. 5v4. I played I moved from the realm to the... Oh, I have one action left. Wait a sec. I think I calculated wrong. I think you're right, Jan. Just a sec here. So I was here. I had 3... So I moved here. I track shoesed here. I evaded here. So I have one action left still. But see, if I go to the... I can't go to the dimensional doorway because... yeah, I can't move forward. So he is still evaded, but I would have a... I would get a resource, say. Because that's all I can do. And then I would have... Yeah, I would have had to stay here. I can't go... I can't advance, unfortunately. So that takes us to the Mythos phase. So there's 5 of 6 Doom. Encounter card is a conglomeration of spheres. Yeah, I just took an additional resource, Juicy, so I can get... but now I've got another enemy here, which is going to be rough. Because it's 4v4. Yeah, if this is if the conglomeration is a something else, I could probably get through it, but I just need to peek at a tear through time. I believe you have to get the resources, right? If there are no resources. Oh, spend 2 clues to resign. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. So I need the clues there to do it. So I guess we just start evading. Let's evade the Vassal of the Lurker. We'll go 4-2. -3. Let's do it again. 4-2. Get a 0. So he is evaded. Wait a second here. No, I couldn't have done that. Okay, so what if I... Okay, I'm going to get ground. I can't stay here. So I'm going to move. I'm going to take the attack of opportunity. Francis Morgan will die. I'm going to lose Duke 2. But this guy goes away for a while. Because I'd get stuck there regardless. So I move away. So I discard the bridge. At the end of my turn, I discard 2 resources. Oh, right. I can use track shoes. So I don't have to do it yet. So I move. I can use the track shoes. But will the track shoes trigger an attack from the conglomeration? Does the response from the track shoes trigger a because I sort of feel like that's that would be a no? All right, so we'll yeah, but it sort of reminds, the reason I ask is it sort of reminds me of the wording on Ursula. And I know that Ursula's investigate action. Just let me check how the wording is. What is there? After you move to a location, take an investigate action. Okay, no. It's not an action. Yeah, hers specifies action. So this is just move. Okay, so I have a chance here. So we're going 4v3. Chaos Bag says shit. 4v3. So I can go... Yeah, I die here. The tablet kills me. I can play the lucky to go... So I drop by 3 and then up by 2. So I track shoes into tear from time. And then Yog-Sothoth attacks me. And I take a literal... Yeah, but I drew a tablet. That's the problem. Yeah, the tablet just kills me. No, Pista, there's no attack of opportunity from the conglomeration, but there is an attack from Yog-Sothoth due to the tablet, so he kills me at the tear in time. So yeah. We made it all the way to the very last location. And then die. Right on the doorstep of escaping. So yeah, nothing you can do. The way you mitigate the horror is by discarding cards from your deck, but I would have to discard. I'm taking 5. I'm gonna take, and then I take another. I'm taking 6 horror and a damage. 6 horror and a damage, and then I would die during the enemy phase anyway. Yeah, because Duke could take 1 horror. I could discard 4 cards. And then I draw a card and die anyway, so not much I can do about that. Yeah, the tablet's pretty rough. That's, that almost seems a little too random for my taste. The fact that you're going to... I mean, I guess your option there, if you play this with an investigator who is capable of sealing the tablet token, obviously that's the tablet you seal in this one. Because that's a little too random. I can't remember how you add tablets. Is it rescuing the students? Failing to rescue the students gives you a tablet? Thanks, Ben. Yeah, we did. I mean, I'm really surprised we made it as far as we did. All things considered. So yeah, I go insane and take 10 damage all at the same time. So because of Beyond the Veil, so I take 10 damage and. So all of the forces of the universe crush poor Ashcan Pete beneath their boot. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I know you get a tablet for failing to rescue the students, which would have helped. I think I had 2 tablets in the bag. I think there are 2. I don't think I had anything else. Yeah, there are 2. Yeah, we made it right to the doorstep, and then the universe crushed us. So, but we did win the campaign. Ashcan did save the world. He did save the world. Very few experience points to boot. 3, 5. Let's just check here what I have in the deck. 5. Wow, I only spent 5 experience points? No, 8 experience points, sorry. Yeah, so I only spent 8 experience points in this deck. And I know I earned more than that. I just didn't bother upgrading it because I was happy with how it was doing. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good for a campaign. So it is a very solid deck. At least in this campaign. I hate to extrapolate to other campaigns. But in this campaign, it did very well. So we do succeed somewhat. Ashcan Pete is lost in time and space, but we do save the world from Yogg-Sothoth. So there is a sliver of hope for humanity. Pretty good game. I'd have to say, I mean, the addition of Yogg-Sothoth sitting on the table at the very beginning. He did attack me twice during this game, which was a huge... I mean, it cost me the game in the end. And it hit me pretty hard at the beginning. Have I decided Mystic Mandy, Rogue Mandy, or Survivor Mandy? I haven't decided which flavor of Mandy I will be playing. I will have to take a look at that. Tommy's for sure, and but which flavor of Mandy I will play is still up in the air. So yeah, the Yogg-Sothoth really hit us hard a couple times. So that is a big change from the original. I don't think I'd ever seen Yogg-Sothoth come out. Maybe once when the game was just really going badly at that point anyway. But we did make it through. Track Shoes almost got us to the end there because of the double move ability. So that's very, very good. Yeah, just overall, I'm very happy with how this deck plays. Glimmer of Hope was a new addition to the deck. It came in handy in a couple of scenarios for sure. Definitely in Where Doom Awaits, being able to play triple Glimmer. To pull triple Glimmer back to my hand and then play it was a huge benefit. The Winging It came in handy from time to time. Madame Labranche, of course, is a workhorse. She just provides a ton of resources over the course of a game. Arcane Arcane Studies didn't see play quite as much. I think it was only a couple scenarios I had it on the table, but it's very good. Fight or Flight, that certainly helped. Lucky is always good. Live and Learn is basically another Lucky that doesn't work well against Visions of Futures Past. So, that is Return to the Dunwich Legacy. The Dunwich Legacy is still one of my favorite campaigns. I still enjoy playing it. And I think I'm looking forward to going back and replaying Miskatonic University and especially Essex County Express. I feel like I didn't get a very good look at that scenario since I died so early. So that one still has some replay value in it. Extracurricular activity didn't really change. House Always Wins didn't really change that much. Miskatonic Museum, I think it was mainly we kind of got locked in bad locations. But Essex is quite a bit different, so that's the one I think I will go play the most, or at least replay again. And yeah, I enjoyed this scenario. I should come back and play it a few more times, just in standalone mode. So I will be back I think I'll be back streaming on Friday. I have not decided what I'm going to be playing. We're due for an announcement. I believe it's next week they are announcing the Innsmouth Conspiracy expansion. So I am hoping, I think that's on a Thursday, so I will come back Friday, hopefully with to chat about that expansion. My reviews for 1,000 Shapes of Horror should also be out early next week. So we have that to look forward to. Haven't decided what to play on Friday. I might play some Winifred just because I've been having some fun with her. But we'll see. There's lots of we've got so many investigators now that there's no shortage of people to play. So thank you very much everyone for dropping by the stream today. It's always great to have you here playing beside me, and yeah, we won the campaign, so that's awesome. So I will be back Friday. I hope everyone has a great week, and stay safe out there. And I will see you again in a couple days with more Arkham Horror LCG. So take care until then. I will see you Friday. that is going to do it for this stream. If you enjoyed what you hear, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you'd like to become a patron of the channel, head over to patreon.com, sign up for a tier of your choice, and claim your rewards. That would be awesome. If you need to contact me, I can be reached at manfromleng@gmail.com. I am also on Twitter at manfromleng. Until the stars are right, keep your shotgun close and your elder sign closer. Take care out there, and happy investigating.